So this is my video 82. I didn't do any videos for a long time. I was kind of busy for some time. I got cold. I got a cold, and also I wrote lots of small poems. So I was kind of busy with doing this stuff, and now my creativity got some break, so I don't feel like writing poems right now, and I started concentrating on learning new vocabulary, or activating the vocabulary that I already have. But I didn't use it for a long time, and I decided to continue recording my videos, and my current goal is to make 100 videos at least. This is the goal. For example, I have another goal right now. I started to read Naruto manga, and I'm quite lucky because I'm reading some fan-made translation on colored digital version of Naruto in English. And it's really easy to read it in English because I don't need to struggle with understanding what different pictures mean against each other in being written in black and white. Because when I read Dorohedoro, it was quite simple for me to distinguish all the characters and all the background, because the mangaka drew it kind of using lots of strokes, and the characters were kind of distinguished, and the background was really understandable. But with Naruto and lots of other mangas, when the artists do this stuff once a week, they try to do this fast, and sometimes the character or the background lacks lots of details. It's kind of blank. It's really a struggle for the brain to get what something means against something. But when Naruto is colored, then I just distinguish the main part of the characters against the background really easy, and I can almost sometimes I can skip the text with this manga, because it's not always describes the stuff related to the current actions. Sometimes they describe the history of some character, or the lore behind the Naruto itself, some spells, some structures of the village, for example, and communication between the villages. So I'm not really interested in this stuff, because even if even if I went through this stuff from the beginning to the end, I would forget lots of it without rereading this stuff, and I'm not going to read this stuff. So sometimes I just go through the pictures without paying much attention to the dialogues. Sometimes I read some dialogues, and they are quite essential for the topic. Anyway, right now I somewhere at 280 chapter, over 700 chapters, and I did this only in a week. All these 280 chapters. I'm not going to read with the same speed as the rest of manga. Actually, I planned to read like 2 chapters a day, but I'm not sure. Yeah, but sometimes when the chapter is kind of self-contained, for example, between the missions, when the characters are introduced, I can read 2, maybe 3 chapters and it will be alright. But when the author writes some battle, when he can depict only small amount of the battle during 120-page entry, then I just skip through these entries very quickly. And for example, the battle between Sakura and that granny and the puppet master, it continued somewhere for 5 chapters maybe. So for the ongoing reader, it lasted more than a month, but for me it was like 15 minutes of reading through this text. So this is the advantage of reading the manga, which is acclaimed by the critics and by the readers, and which is ended. Because, for example, well, I read colored edition of One Piece, and I stopped after maybe 120 maybe chapters. First of all, I don't like the way these characters are drawn. They are so I don't know, comic looking characters. For example, in Naruto, the characters look more natural. Though I didn't like for a long period that Naruto had these whiskers on his cheeks, and I don't really understand what this stuff means, but it's just the decoration of the character made by the mangaka. But in One Piece, these characters are really like characteristic, maybe, if this word exists. Anyway, and One Piece is goes on and on, so maybe I'll wait till it ends officially, and then I can read it till the end. For example, I don't really like My Hero Academia manga, because author draws lots of battles, and it's really hard for me again to distinguish what's going on the pages through this black and white drawing. And yeah, there are lots of battles which finish somehow without the additional development of the character. It's like at some point he adds more characters, then they fight, they die, and this is the end of the arc. It's like I can skip the whole arc and I won't lose anything in terms of the development of the story in general. That's why with My Hero Academia I stopped somewhere maybe at the, I'm not sure, 300 maybe out of 500 chapters. and I don't feel like going forward. Though I read one of the latest chapters, and at least I know that this manga already finished. Anyway, now I'm going through Naruto and I'm going to read it till the end. If I will develop the particular schedule, I will read it like maybe 10 to 20 chapters a week, or I can go through the battles very quickly on weekends. Anyway, I don't remember from which point I started to talk about Naruto. Yeah, but at least I can. I wanted to finish. I wanted to do this 100 episodes just for the sake of the whole number, because, well, it helps me to practice my speaking skills when I record the videos. But in general, I feel that talking to myself while washing dishes, I have the same effect. I have the same effect because I practice my talking. So let's go through some short stuff very quickly without doing too much going into one particular topic. For example, I can read aloud a couple of poems in English. They won't be very bright or very difficult or very long, and that's alright, because my goal is not to make myself tired of reading my own poems, just to give some example of what I wrote during all this time. I wrote these poems on poetry.com, so let's go. I have a couple of poems I have 4 poems that include the Latin phrase in them. For example, Veni, Vidi, Vici by Julius Caesar. A history remembers a bunch of Caesar's speeches, but one of the most famous is Veni, Vidi, Vici. Another one is Per aspera ad astra, which means through the obstacles to the stars. Accelerate, keep your momentum, don't be afraid of moving faster. What you can do, just do it better. Repeat, per aspera ad astra. Another one which I learned through the third movie of John Wick franchise, because the third movie had the subtitle Parabellum, and the guy who established this Continental Hotel, I think, he said it at one moment: "Si vis pacem parabellum," which means if you want to get peace, prepare for the war. If your friend's a pacifist, hits nobody with his fist, then one day you'll meet. Okay, if your friend's a pacifist, hits nobody with his fist, then one day you'll tell him, si vis pacem parabellum. Another one, carpe diem. I think carpe diem. This phrase I learned from Gravity Falls cartoon series, when at one moment they used this episode when the guys ran in circles or just ran over some special capit, and when this static electricity was produced because they rubbed the capit with their feet, then this electrical charge caused this switch of their souls between the bodies. They exchange the bodies, and the sister Mabel turned into her brother Dipper. So she was in his body, he was in her body. The most interesting, and they called this episode something like Capit, maybe Diem. Yeah, now I understand maybe why. If Diem means day, then this was the day of the Capit. Maybe that's why the Capit Diem. Anyway, the best part was when the pig Wobble switched bodies with the Sus, the Mexican, Latin, maybe Mexican guy, and then Wobble had the conscious of Wobble lived inside the body of Sus, and it was really funny the way Sus behaved being a Wobble. Anyway, carpe diem. You seize the day, all of the moments, all your heartbeats, enjoy them, feel them. 2,000 years, one of the Romans called Horace said it. Carpe diem. Okay, now I can do another activity. I can switch to my programming stuff, which I didn't read almost for a while because I was occupied with different activities. So Code Wars, and this level 7 task, which I'm going to go through. Let me check very quickly. Okay, it contains array fields. A is empty, contains string of OKs. Really, I don't remember what of the stuff ordered and rest. What of the stuff I read? First index, array, first index. Wow, I like it. I don't really remember what of this was commented by me. Okay, I think this was when we can use the condition comparison of the character with the other character, and we can filter the string. We can filter the string. Another one, partial word search, which is, I don't remember this. I think I went through this. So array filter as in. So we take the word, the string from the array, we put it into the lowercase, and we check that this word contains the string which was given as the second parameter. Yes, and if any of the strings from the array contains the given word, then we return the array. Otherwise, we return empty. Other than the rest, yeah, this we go through the array of ints and we find we find the number which is odd, because all other numbers are even. And I had these best practices, like I can do first index search. Yeah, I can find the first index of the odd number without going through the cycles, because first index, this is kind of the method of functional programming which includes which implements this cycling through the whole array. Another one to find return I, what is I? Oh yeah, first index, it was the best thing. Another one was to do the enumeration the way I did within the cycle, but use first with the condition, like we take the tuple and we return offset of the tuple which element is odd. Another was to filter the tuple to filter the whole array of tuples and get only the tuple where the element is odd, and then map it with the offset. Next one will be number with something digit inside, so we have this stuff. Maybe I checked this anyway. So digit of type int 64, I created the enumeration number with digit. I created the range from 1 to this x now to this number. I mapped the enumeration, each element of the range with the corresponding string, and I filtered this array of strings with the condition that the element, the string should contain some digit converted as a string, and in the end I mapped each of the resulting strings with its int representations, and the resulting array should contain 3 elements. The number of the arrays, the size of the array of such strings, of such digits, which contain this particular digit, such numbers which contain this particular digit. Then the sum of these numbers as the reduce method, and the multiplication of these numbers, 0 if there is no such numbers, or the multiplication if there are such numbers. The best practice tells us that it can be done at least my first line, where I used two mappings into the string and then back into the int types, I could do the filtering right on the range, and I could do this contain operation on between two converted numbers. Yeah, that's an interesting approach how to improve my particular script. Another one, I think this is oh yeah, I think I walked through this stuff as well. Moves in squared strings. I don't remember, it doesn't matter. I created this, or it was set as the condition. So we have okay, we have this three methods. The method operation, which uses the mirror function as the array, and some string, and it returns string, and it calls mirror function over the string. And I defined two mirror functions, first horizontal mirror and the second one vertical mirror. So in the first one I had this as components separated by moving to by the sign of the next line /n. Then I reversed all the elements of the array, which means the first word became the last word and so on, and then I joined them. So basically it's reversion of the string when we change the order of the words. And another one after the separation, where each string was mapped with the reversed version of it. So in this case, the order of the strings in the string the order of the words in the string remained the same, but each word was reversed. All the letters in the word were reversed from beginning to the end. But it was another best practices, like I could use as split over the separator, or I could do okay, what is it again? Components separated by /n, and then I map them with some, what is it, closure. I take this component, the word, and I map it with what was this? I think it's almost the same stuff. Map component. Okay, just a long variant, nothing special. I practiced this stuff. And the short variant, not very short variant, but it's like in line, instead of calling string constructor, I just use this double quote inline inside the string. Minimum perimeter. We have area. We have what is double side? Square. we have, okay, if this is a square, then we have square root of this area. Double side, I know. Okay, side with floor means we go to the lower number, to the lower what is decimal number or full number, something. I think I need to get it later, this vocabulary. Anyway, this is side 1, and while side 1, if area modulo side 1 equals 0, then let side 2 equals area over side 1 and perimeter 2. Okay, I think I start to remember what was this about, what this was about, but really I don't remember. Anyway, this simple arithmetic operations which implement some logic behind this implementation. So nothing special. I need to read the task to recall what this was about. The next one, find deleted number, lost number in number sequence. Okay, I think in array, I don't know what it is. We have array, we have mixed array. So I implemented 3 guards. The first one checks that the first array is not empty, otherwise it returns 0. And the mixed array is not empty as well, is not empty either, otherwise it returns the first element of array. And the number of elements in array and mixed array should not be equal. Then we sort this mixed array, we do the enumeration, like we create the array containing the tuples of index and element, and we filter this array of enumeration of tuples if the element is not equal to why mixed? Okay, is not equal to the element at this offset, at the same offset. And then we take the first element, then we take the first tuple, and we get the offset. Okay, and we return this. So basically I think there are 2 arrays, array and mixed array, and in mixed array only one element is missed, so we need to go through arrays, both arrays. I could do this for loop, but I decided to go with functional programming. It was funny, and the best practices gives this thing. In array we return first element where mixed array does not contain this element. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. Or yeah, if we do the sum of all the elements in the array and then all the sum of all the elements in mixed array, and we subtract one from the other, we get this element. Or there is this cool stuff, to do the reduce operation. Over the number which we get when we reduce the elements in array with the XOR operation, and then we do this reduction of elements in mixed array with the XOR operation. It's really cool mathematical approach. Let's see. Jumping numbers again. I think I checked it a long time ago, but let me check this again. Jumping numbers. Let array string number map in string something var last number. For n in array if ups. Okay. What do we have here? String number. Map in string, this dollar sign. Okay, so I take, again, I create string from the number and I map what? Each character of the string with the corresponding digit, so the array of digits. So I transforms number into the array of the digits of this number. Then I take the last digit. For some reason it's array 0 minus 1. And I go through the array if okay. Okay, I see what I did. I needed to check that each digit in the number was different from the previous digit by 1, like +1 or -1. Yeah, and I did this in some loop. Okay. Finally, I reached this list links append something stuff. Okay, so we have, okay, so if append link lists append Swift. Let me check very quickly. Much link list. Okay, let's do this stuff. Let's start with this, which is linked list push and build 1, 2, 3. So I have this class node which contains two fields, data and next. Data contains the actual information like int, and next refers to the next node, and it's the origin or optional because if the last node equals to does not exist. No, if there is if this is the last node, then the next node will be nil. And we have this init function which just initializes the data field with the data. Then we have a function push, which takes the node and the data and returns some node. So what push does, it creates a node from data, and then it takes the node which is a head, and it takes a new data, it creates a node from new data, and okay, and it points this node to the head. Wow, I need to know how linked list increase. Okay, and finally we have build 1, 2, 3 function which creates this 1, 2, 3 linked list. First, push takes nil, which is nothing, and adds 3. So we create push, yeah. It creates node next. Okay, yeah, it creates the node of 3, which points to nil. Okay, so it seems like the tail of the linked list points to the previous elements, and the head points to nothing, because this is the head. Then we push 2, and we push 1, and it looks like in the end we have 3, we have 2 which points this way, 2 points to 1, and we have this is just the creation. So for some reason I made this stuff. We have head. For some reason I'm not sure. For some reason this particular function creates 1, 2, 3, but head points to 1, 1 points to 2, 2 points to 3, and 3 points to nil. Yeah, this is kind of reverse logic. It's not very convenient, but I think this is the problem. I need to rewrite this so that somehow I added or maybe not, I don't know. I need to check the way this linked list is organized. Anyway, it was kind of difficult for me again to think, read. So what? Well, maybe I should stop recording, or maybe I can talk a little bit on some random stuff, and this random stuff will be about the book I read right now. It's this children's DK Children's Encyclopedia, which includes one small entry for each topic, and it's quite alright. And I read it out, and I write down the words that I don't know. Basically I can talk about this stuff, but I'm not going to do it right now because I feel a little bit tired. I feel a little bit tired with this stuff. Okay, I understand. I started with body cells. Yay. Anyway, it was an interesting recording. It showed me some of my weak points, and again I am going to do these recordings more often. I hope twice or thrice a week, and then I will be able to do this 100 videos in 2 months. And for now, I think this is the end of my today's video 82.